Hello Namibia, my name is Pombili Shilongo and welcome to today's show. Let's have a look at what you can expect on the show. Today we're visiting Auas Motors and we had the chance to speak to the dealer principal. Let's take a look at what he has to offer.
Good day, I'm Gawie Koekemoer. I'm the managing director of Auas Motors. Well, the company has been here for a while. We started off as, in the old days, as the American Motor Company, and the name changed later on to Auas Motors. And then when Delta took over from General Motors, the name had to change to Auas Delta. And it was here for many years. Many of our customers will still remember it as Auas Delta. And later on, when GM came back to South Africa, the name had to change back to Auas Motors, and that's what we are still today. Yeah, we're proud to say that we have 7 branches in Namibia, and one is in Mariental and Gubabas, and then Windhoek is our main branch, and then Otjiwarongo and up in the north in Ongodiva. We also have at the coast Swakopmund and Walvis Bay. Apart from this, we have 8 service outlets, approved service outlets. We call it ASCs. In those areas that we are not, to service our customers. Auas Motors is, I think some of these strengths is, we part of the Nictus group. Nictus Holdings is our holding company, and they're our big daddy. They're looking after us. And then other strengths that we also have in-house financing. It's called Hakos Capital and Finance. So if the customer comes to our premises, we can help him, we can make the deal, and also we can get his approval within a day, from the financing side. So I think that makes us a bit different from every other dealer. So that is definitely some of our strengths. We have a huge stock of parts, so we're supplying the parts to all our workshops. We're servicing all the vehicles in our dealerships, as well as the approved ASCs. We're supplying them with original parts, and it's important to actually buying original parts. You have the warranty on that, and if there's cost involved and the engine goes, that if you bought original parts, that will cover you for that. Well, our biggest asset is our employees. So we believe we have the right people, and we investing in them. So we see that they properly trained, and on our products. So, and that is on the sales side, and especially on the workshop side. So if you have a good technician that can work your car, that's good after sales service that you give, the customer's happy, and it will buy the next product from you. Recently, we brought out the Isuzu KB300D High Rider, and that is a bit less spec'd, but it's the price makes it affordable to the people, and we're selling a lot of those. And with that, together with that, they brought out now the X Rider, they call it, and that one is a more there's quite a bit of extras added to it, and it's a very good looking vehicle, and that's attracted a lot of people. And now recently in October last year, they brought out the 4x4 in these 2 vehicles. So it's an X Rider 4x4 and the High Rider 4x4. The pricing is very good, and that is one of our popular models now. We have the Isuzu range of bakkies, and then we also have the Opel brand. The Opel brand, they just released the Mokka X, and they've released the Crossland X. In April this year, they are releasing the Grandland X. It's a SUV type of vehicle, and we've already seen pictures of that, and that's very, it's very nice. It's built in Germany. All the Opel brands are imported from Germany. So the German technology is in there. And all the extras that you do get in these vehicles, they're trying to keep it accident-free, so there's all the blows and whistles that warns you about oncoming traffic and traffic that wants to pass if you cross a lane. So all those is included in the Opel brand. Then what we are really proud of is our Isuzu truck brand. Isuzu in South Africa, or Southern Africa, in the past 4 years was #1. So in the Isuzu brand, the truck brand. So we believe we are not there yet. We can expand our market share a lot. And we have from the 1.5 ton truck till you go up to the big ones. We go 16 ton, and then you go to the chassis cab models. We also have our own used vehicle department. So if you cannot get to the prices of the new Isuzus and Opels, I'll be glad to say that we have a used car department, and we have there's warranties on those vehicles, as well as there can be extended warranties on those. So we will offer any used vehicle from our branch is available at our premises. So you must come and have a look. I'm asking the customers, please visit Auas Motors. We are the car people with the sixth sense, and we will look after you.
In today's episode, we're reviewing the Isuzu double cab bakkie. Let's have a look.
All right, hello and welcome to the NamAuto show. Today we are here at Auas Motors reviewing the Isuzu KB300D TEQ. My first impression so far. Well, it's definitely a really nice car. It's very comfortable, very spacious. The steering wheel is very well worked off. The gauges look really nice modern touch to them. Has a good infotainment. The stereo is outstandingly well for bakkie. And the car, or the bakkie, just looks amazing. I just have to put it there that the Isuzu has one of the best front ends on a bakkie that you can buy. Definitely looks very aggressive, has a good road presence, and it's definitely a bakkie that's going to stay in fashion for a while. Another thing that this car has is it has keyless go. You just get in the car with your key and push the button and you're good to go, which is definitely a first for me in a bakkie. Otherwise, it accelerates very smoothly. It absorbs bumps really well. It comes with really beefy tires from the factory, which I find very impressive. It has a 5-speed manual. So the Isuzu comes factory equipped with 18-inch alloys that look very good. Then to the infotainment, it has really good graphics. It's a really nice user interface. The speakers are really insane. Then it also has this type of a surround system above your head. You have a speaker. You pretty much have a speaker in every corner of the car. Okay, so the driveline of this bakkie, which, let's face it, is very important in a bakkie. It is 4x4. It has diff locks. It also has traction control, which means if you get into a slide, trying to show off in front of your friends, the bakkie will help you to be more sensible and be a bit more grown up and just help you out of the difficulty that you've got yourself into. It also has ABS, meaning that if you hit on the brakes, the wheels don't lock up. Then, yeah, it has a solid axle at the back, disc brakes at the front. Solid axles obviously great for off-road purposes. So the Isuzu KB300 has a towing capacity of 3.5 tons, and you can load a ton on the back, meaning that your garden refuge and so on is definitely a laugh in this car's face. It really, it does it without even thinking about it, without even knowing that it's there. Then the fuel economy on it is quite great. It gets 7.9 liters to 100 on the long road, of course. In town, you're looking at a bit different, but it's a diesel, so it can't be very heavy. Okay, so to the safety of the Isuzu, it has LED lights, meaning at night you can see. If you switch on the lights, you put the sun on the road, you can see everything. Then it comes standard with airbags, which is definitely a must-have. And then to round it all off, the KB300 is definitely a really great, not just a driver's bakkie with all of the off-road equipment that it has. It is generally a really fun car to drive, actually. The throttle is responsive. There's not really any turbo lag. It's a comfortable place to be. It's the perfect mixture between sportiness and, well, comfort and off-road capability, especially with the way the car looks. As a general summary, for the price that this car is, it's definitely good value for money. It is definitely a good bang for your buck. It looks awesome, it drives great, it feels great. The quality of workmanship is also insanely good.
Time for the Me and My Ride segment, and this one is my ultimate favorite. Today we're joined by Shakir, and of course he has his own ride, which is the Honda Integra. Have a look.
Hi, I'm Shakir Sissing. I'm the owner of the championship white DC5 Integra Type R, 2004 model. Ever since I've had it, I've roughly put on 40,000 mileage to the clock. Now it's at 52,000. I got a couple of modes done to the car, especially race modes like on data management, Jalen Racing Performance exhaust system 3-inch from front to back. That's stick welded. I have a RVC intake. I have 750cc injectors. I have a 2.2 valve train. I have BC coilovers, and I have a cold air built by AJ Racing in Cape Town, Monte Vista. And I have pivot racing temp controller for NA cars on top of my hood. And obviously I drive around with semi-slicks to avoid spinning a lot. And yeah, that's about it. The car is really rare and it's one of a kind. So I'm really looking after it, and I hope I can spend a couple of more years with it. The most craziest, insane thing that ever happened to me with this ride was there was an oil spin in the middle of the road, and I had to prevent hitting the curb. But luckily, as I've mentioned earlier, I've got a lot of modes done to the car. So I had jab speed racing rod ends in and lowered body club ball joints. So without that, I'm trying basically to tell the race drivers today that be certain that you work your car from under to up. Future mods, well, I mentioned earlier that I have big plans, definitely dropping in drag cartel 2.2 cams, a 2.4 block at the bottom with some bicycle pistons. We're definitely going to go big, so I want this car not to be able to drive without full slicks on. So we're definitely going to see how far am I going to go. At the moment I have nitros on, it's a 75 shot, but I have bigger plans of exceeding it to 150 shot. So we see how far we go, and if I'm gonna be willing to do this real, I'm definitely gonna add in number 9 plugs and an extra 4-into-1 header. I don't get as much as attention in Namibia, reason being that not a lot of people really know what the car is and what it's about. But definitely in Cape Town, everybody's rushing to the car. They can't believe what they're saying because it's a very rare vehicle. So definitely more JDM fans that side. This side, the people would definitely just see the car from behind, and like I mentioned earlier, it would look like a supercar. But coming up to the front, it would just be like it's a normal Honda. But you really gotta look into the car and know what it is. Then you would know what we are feeling inside for this way of life.
Well, if you watched the show last week, by now you should know that Standard Bank was on the show, and of course they did give us a couple of good tips on buying a car and financing it. Well, today we just take off from where we left off from last week. Let's continue with the fun.
Hi, my name is Alisa Shapwa. I'm a new business assistant here at the Vehicle and Asset Finance Department. This is the new business assistant. In short, it's actually NBA, and it's a back office function. We capture information on a system called Space Standalone, a system where we capture information from clients' documents received from consultants. This system decides as to whether the client is approved or declined based on the information provided. So if the client is approved and decide to proceed with the deal, my team and I are given a green light to go ahead and create what we call KIF creation. CIF stands for Client Identification File, whereby the client's basic information are stored to identify clients on our system. After creating CIF reference number, we draft the contract, the VEF sales agreement. That's another name for the contract. This contract is drafted on HP&L system. Figures are captured on the VEF sales agreement based on the tax invoice provided by the dealer. Other information captured on the VEF agreements or installment dates are banking details, where the monthly installment is going to be deducted from, and description of vehicles, and etc. So the VEF sales agreement is the last document to be signed by the client before he goes and collects his dream car.
It's time for us to go to the Windhoek GoKarting and Entertainment Center, and right after that, backed by popular demand, it is of course Most Wanted in Otjiwarongo.
Safety first, make sure that your helmet is strapped on tight. Are you ready? Let's race.
case you forgot.
Trust you guys enjoyed the show. That is all we had for today's episode. Do make sure you become part of our social media family. From me and the whole entire crew, it is goodbye. Do have a look at what you can expect next week.